And so the fourth move would have the same kind of setup on the chair. So if you're sitting, you're going to be sitting and then start with your left foot forward. These motions almost all start on the left side first when there are two sides that you're working with. So you sink into the right foot, your left foot comes forward, and the hand position starting is exactly the same. And the general motion is going to be exactly the same. So you are going to go over the front of the left shoulder and come back over the right shoulder like that. But watch what my hands are doing. As I come around the platter, instead of staying flat-ish, instead I'm gathering one of those energy balls. Just come forward a little bit so you can see this. Right? So as I come forward, I don't do it immediately here, but as soon as I come over in front of my left shoulder, I start to form it. And I come forward, holding, feeling the tension, the resistance of that energy ball. And then coming back, you see what happens as I come across the front of my chest? I let my hands go flat. So I come back like the original platter. So there's just this one area where I start gathering here, bring it forward, and drop it just as I get to the apex. And then just trail back with your fingers as you come back again in front of your chest. You're not gathering yet. And I'm a little bit close to my chest. You can see how I'm starting to go this way. That's me getting too close to the screen. So let me just demonstrate this properly. Like I'm not coming back this far, but just about like this so my fingers can stay forward. And then as I come in front of that left shoulder, I start to gather the ball again. Like that. Okay? So let's give that a try. Sink into your right foot. Somewhere in some combination, your hands are going to be coming up and your foot goes forward. And as I said before, you find what works for you. If this all works really nicely, then that's great. But if it feels like, no, it's too many things. I need to do this first, and then my hands can come up, that's absolutely fine too. So just kind of heel comes out, step forward with your foot, make sure you've got the core piece. These are the most important parts. Then your hands can come up if it feels more comfortable, let them follow behind. And you've already seen me demonstrate what happens if you get too close. Your fingers are going to start turning in. So just come to a comfortable place in front of that. And then as you come out, you start gathering that ball. Find that ball, bring it around, and then release it out to the world and trail back. And again. Now, there's a lot of things to watch for already as we've gone through this. And I'm going to encourage you to always come back to building from the bottom up. So as you start to move into the movement and you start to kind of get the feel of it, don't get too distracted by the hand movements. This is all the kind of upper stuff. Start from your feet and just feel how the movement grounds you, how you connect you. And so that you have this place where the energy that's starting to move has somewhere to go, some connection. We'll do 2 more of these. And then the movements can be built on top of that. 1 more. And back we come, flattening your lower back, heel comes back, resting position. Wait just a moment, find that kind of, there we go, it's a bit more of a drop. Now you sink into the right foot, the left foot turns out, and your foot comes forward. Now you're going to come forward over top of the right forward foot. So you come, gather, and back. And then just come back to your feet. Feel how that back heel lifts, how now that back foot is fully supporting you. Front foot fully supports you. And then the toe lifts. And then just see how much that pelvis can be affected by that. Is there ways in which you're holding in your pelvis. It doesn't let that slight arching as you go forward, that slight flattening as you come back. And just let the movement work on you. Feel how it starts to identify the tensions, restrictions that might be in your lower back and pelvis, and just gently let it start to work into them. We'll do one more of these. Back, forward, and we're going to come back into our resting position. So a little bit more support on that left foot. Right foot lifts, comes back, and you come back to your graceful conclusion. Wait for that bit of an extra sink. There it goes for me. And here we are. So those are the first two forward back movements, of which we're going to do a sequence of a couple more over this week and into the next week as well. But the underneath piece of it, now you're starting to get a real feel for what that's like. Everything else we're going to be adding on is upper body variations on it.